Okay. Last class we spoke about the moving average. That is 200 moving average, and as I said, 200 EMA is a simulation tool that analyzes the movement of the market with respect to certain amount of candle movement, either to the upward or downward direction. So some people use 50 exponential moving average, some people use 20, some people use 100, some people use 60, some people use I think 200 is the highest you can use. Some people use 30. So and what does it mean? It means that the 200 previous candle is what the exponential moving average calculates. That means it adds the candles together, the price of the candle, and divide it by the number of candles, and it gets the arithmetic mean. That means the average price the market will always get to. That means the average price of the market, meaning in those 200 period, those 200 candle period, and you know those candles represent price. Meaning in those 200 period, if market moves a certain level, it must only come back to test that arithmetic mean. It means that is the average price that the market always gets to during that time frame. So that is what the 200 exponential moving average does. It helps us understand the mean, and these are the characteristics of the 200 moving average. Now, we both know when the market is above the 200 EMA, the market is in an uptrend. And when the market is below the 200 moving average, the market is in a downtrend. And the 200 moving average on different time frames moves differently, but obeys a general rule with respect to that particular time frame. And what do I mean like this? I mean, on a 1 hour time frame, we both know that one candle represents 1 hour. Back. That means if 200 moving average is calculating 200 candles of the 1 hour time frame, that means it's calculating 200 hours. Now, the moving average will be different from 200 candles of a 30 minutes, right? But they obey the same principle, meaning it obeys the same principle and it gives the same result, but with different time frames, different price range. So that's what I mean by this. And once the market moves away from the 200 EMA, it must surely come back to the 200 EMA zone. So that means once the market moves away, it will come back to it because that is the average price for the 200 period. It means market gets to that price, moves away, and gets back to that price. And once market gets to 2 EMA zone, it can act as a support and resistance when the market gets close to that 2 EMA zone. So now let me go to the chart and show you what I mean by that. Now look at this. This is the Australian AUD USD pair. Now, if I hope you've seen the video. I hope you've seen the first video of 200 EMA that I sent to you. If you've seen it, please type yes on the chat box. Mr. Toyi, if you've seen the first class video we had on 200 EMA, please can you type yes on the chat box? Okay, awesome. So that means by now you know how to use this indicator. You know how to get indicator. That means you click on FX here, which is for indicator, and you type your moving average exponential and you click on it. And when you click on it, you bring this out and you click on length 200 and your style, you choose any color you prefer. I prefer red because red is always it's bold, so you can easily see it. So now back to the characteristics of 200 EMA. Now I said when the market, the candles are above it, market is in an uptrend, and when it is below it, it's in a downtrend. So now if you notice that no matter how far the price moves away from it, it always gets back to that zone. Why? Because they must surely come back to that arithmetic mean, the average price of the 200 candles. So and when it gets to that zone, it can act as support and resistance. Look at it here. It's acting at what? At the support here. Because when the market broke it, look at before it acted as a support here, it was formerly a resistance in this downtrend. Look at it. So if you really want to understand, like confirm a trending market, you can use 200 EMA to confirm a trending market. You know if the market is in an uptrend or in a downtrend. As you can see now, this is in a downtrend. So the EMA has proved that this is a downtrend, and you can see a series of lower highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Now, as you can see, the AMA is acting as a resistance here. So anytime price gets to it, what happens? It gets down, pushes it down. Anytime price gets to it, it pushes it down. And look at, before price push it down, look at, it's always form a reversal pattern. Look at this here. This is an evening star candlestick pattern. This is an evening star candlestick pattern. Look at it, another evening star candlestick pattern. You see, like I always tell you, anytime the price will make a certain move, it will first indicate with the candlesticks. So now this is a downtrend, and in this downtrend, the EMA is acting as a resistance here. Do you see? Anytime price gets to push down, and the sweet thing about EMA is, anytime the price gets to the EMA zone, there's always an aggressive push. That is, if it's in a downtrend and it gets to the EMA, and the EMA is act as a resistance, it will go down aggressively. Look at it, acting as a resistance. And what happened? The market broke it. And what happened? As it broke it, it came back to retest it. Like I always tell you, the anytime there's a break of structure, there will always be a retest. So it broke it, retested it, and what happened? It went up. So it started going up, started going up. When the market got to the EMA again, now that the former EMA that was a resistance has now turned support, what happened? It touched it again, went up, touched it again, went up, touched it for the third time, and went up aggressively. Can you see? And what happened? It broke it again. And when he broke it in this particular place, what happened? He came, as he broke it, he tested it to this two bullish candle and started coming down again. And what happened? He broke it a little, he tested it, tested it, come back again, and he tested it again, and it started coming down again. Can you see? That's the beauty of EMA. That's our both support and resistance. And they are good, that they are also used as conference. They are used as conferences. Do you understand? You can use them as conferences to also make better decisions in the market, so you can see good trade opportunity. For example, now this particular place, now you can just pick up your horizontal lines. That is your static um, resistance. Look at it. It was a resistance here. This zone, like I always say, it's a zone. It's a zone. This particular zone here. So it was a resistance here. Resistance here. It's a particular resistance. It's minor resistance. Look at it. As the way the market broke it, it came back to retest it. And look at it. And it also retested the trend line. So these are like two conference here. Number one, it broke the minor resistance and came to support. It also came to retest the minor resistance and retest the EMA. So you can also draw out your Fibonacci. You find out that it will be conferencing with the Fibonacci. Look at the Fibonacci retracement level, and in confluence with the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. Please tell me why it will buy. Please tell me why the market will buy these three conferences. Look at, this is a break of structure. This is a retest. We broke the number one, we broke the minor resistance, turned it to support. Number two, we broke the EMA, came back to retest it. We tested both the resistance term support and the EMA. And if you draw out the Fibonacci, it's confluencing with the 38.2. Please, these are three reasons why to buy. And look at what happened. This is an aggressive buy. So that's why I would say that as a trader, we are confident traders. We don't just take it based on one parameter. We use several parameters so that we can make better decisions. Because like I said, we are all speculating price movements. Do you understand? And these technical tools are used to speculate price movements. So as we're speculating these price movements, we need to make good decisions. And these tools are here to help us make better decisions. So, and they are always good if they confluence with other tools. Now you confluence with the static and you confluence with the EMA and the Fibonacci. Please tell me why things don't buy. You understand? So that is how we use the 200 EMA with so many conferences. So it's always good if they are, look at it, look at it. He touched it, went back, broke it, tested it, came back, broke it, tested it again, broke it, tested it, came, broke it again, tested it. This is beautiful. So that is it for EMA. So we don't use it in isolation, we use it together with other conferences to make better decisions. You understand? So one of the sweet things that EMA is also good for is they're also good for price trend, to know the trend of the market. You understand? If the market is above it, it's in an uptrend. Once it's below it, it's in a downtrend. And they can also be used as entry points. Look at, when the market touched here, look at it. aggressive buy. It's something beautiful. So now, and sometimes the distance between the candlestick of EMA shows the impulsive buy, like shows the pressure, the demand pressure, like to the upside. If the bullish candles are far away aggressively from the EMA, it shows you that the demand pressure is high. That means there's so much volume. You understand? This EMA can help us understand volume and price, the relationship between volume and price. For example, now once it gets to this arithmetic, when it gets to the EMA, what happens? We show you that okay, the volume and price are kind of low. You understand? That means at that point, if it was coming down, if it was if it was coming from the downtrend, shows that okay, sellers are at that point losing volume, losing control and higher than. So the more the distance there shows you volume and shows you power of the buyer. So that is how it works, and as you can see throughout this AUD period, the market has been an uptrend. Has been in a serious uptrend. So, and it works with every time zone. It works in 1 hour, works in 15 up to 30 minutes time zone. That is how it is. So that is it for 200 EMA. So if you have any question, please ask. Like if Mr. Lincoln was around, I would have how am I going to put it? Would have taken on that topic called RSI. It was a later topic, but since it's not around, we just move out to the next class. Yeah, and if lest I forget, there's something you also need to take note. See, sometimes the market can form a false breakout. For example, now this is a false breakout, isn't it? Like you broke out from it, and you take it to retest it and continue and keep going in the downward direction. But no, you broke it. You broke it support, and it's the EMA support. According to resistance, and you think it will retest and continue going up, but what happened? You didn't retest, you broke it again. So this particular false breakout are called whipsaw. Now let me type it here. The first breakout are called whipsaw. First breakout, first EMA breakout. So they are called whipsaw. Mr. Kunle, Mr. Kunle just joined us.
Yeah, I'm just joining. Good
Okay.
evening.
Mr. Tony says sometimes my voice is low. Can you guys hear me? Am I audible enough like this?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Mr. Tony, don't worry, class is being recorded, so I hope when you're hearing the recorded version, I'll be louder. So I don't know. Sometimes the network can also affect the volume of my voice. So yes, I said, Mr. Tony, Mr. Kunle, you missed quite a lot because you're almost done with the class. So, but the class is being recorded, so you can go back and watch it again. So, sorry for that. So, yeah. So I said, anytime there's a false breakout from the EMA, it is called a whipsaw. It's just a false breakout, you see. So you always wait for your retest. Like I said, always enter at the retest. You get. So you notice that now, okay, you didn't retest, you just broke out. So you're like, okay, this is a false breakout. So that is it for 200 EMA. It serves as support and resistance. And when the market is above it, it's an uptrend. Anytime it's below it, it's a downtrend. And use them with under confluences to enter buy and sell opportunities. Do you understand? So that is it for 200 EMA. So if you have any question, you can put on your mic and ask. If you have any question, please ask. Can you guys hear me? I said if you have any question, please ask. I think this is QED quite 85. Okay, also that means it was quite explanatory, so I'm happy for that. Mr. Kule, please you have to bear with us. Join us quite late, and it isn't even much, so you just have to watch the video and you understand what I was taught. Okay, if you have a question, you guys can always message me privately. So next class we're talking about RSI, that is relative strength index. It's an oscillator that is used to know when the market is overbought or oversold. So I think there's a time Mr. Kule asked me about it. So, yes, so the next class we're going to talk about it. Since RSI is not really much, I think I can cover RSI in 15 minutes. That means Wednesday or next class we'll talk about we have so much. We'll talk about RSI and we'll talk about chart patterns. So we can cover now we talk about okay, don't worry, sir. Just see RSI next class. So you guys should have a lovely day. Good night. You guys should watch those videos, right, Joe? So take care of yourself, everyone. Good night, everyone. Okay, someone asked a question. Thanks. Bye bye.